What's your names?
Chloe. Elena.
Who'd you guys like to give a Shamrock shout out to?
Miss Salisbury. Miss Salisbury. And Elena and Aubrey and that girl.
Marissa?
Yeah. Chloe. Yeah.
What's your name?
Mr. Richmond.
And who would you like to give a Shamrock shout out to?
I want to give a Shamrock shout out to my first period. They did a really good job today. Good work, first period. Second period, you guys are cool too.
What are your names?
My name is Harlow, and that's Dearica.
And who'd you guys like to give a Shamrock shout out to?
I'd like to give a shout out to Dearica, Derek, and Quentin.
I'd like to give a shout out to Harlow, Derek, and Addison.
What's your name?
Katie,
And who would you like to give a Shamrock shout out to?
Mr. Cape, and Carson.
Your boyfriend?
What's your name?
Kennedy.
And who would you like to give a Shamrock shout out to?
To Michael and Reese and Brandon for hanging out with me yesterday.
Hi, Miss Baker. Who would you like to give a Shamrock shout out to?
Well, one, I would love to give a shout out to you, Chloe, because thank you to you and every other student who loves to borrow our erasable pens, but you always return it and never have to ask. So thank you to you and everybody who always returns things when they're borrowed. Yay!
What's your name?
Mason.
Who would you like to give a Shamrock shout out to?
I'd like to give a Shamrock shout out to my brother Maverick, my friend Cameron, her, I guess, sure, my friend Enzo, my friend David, my friend Max, and my friend Samson.
Kaylee. Who would you like to give a Shamrock shout out to? I want to give a Shamrock shout out to Faith and Emily and Noelle and Jaden. What's your name?
Jack.
Who would you like to give a Shamrock shout out to?
I would like to give a Shamrock shout out to my friends Crosby, Wadden, Cole, and Michaela, and Mr. Kavanaugh.
What's your name?
Justin,
And who would you like to give a Shamrock shout out to?
Abner, Jaden, and all my friends.
What's your name?
Andrea.
Who would you like to give a Shamrock shout out to?
You, Mr. Chemist, and Chloe.
Oh, what's your name?
Chloe.
And who would you like to give a Shamrock shout out to?
I'll give a Shamrock shout out to my best friends, Chloe, Allen, Lennox, and my boyfriend Jordan. Some more.
What's your names?
Torrance. Fox.
And who'd you guys like to give a Shamrock shout out to?
I'd like to give a Shamrock shout out to Fox and my teachers. I'd like to give a Shamrock shout out to Torrance and Mr. Young.